Yes, yes, people, Mr. Orange here today, and unfortunately, I fucked my peak. I ruined it. I've spilled. It's all over. Okay, I'm taking a pic. This was part of the plan. Part of the plan was to get a little bit watery, to have a bit of fluid on me whilst carving up. And now I'm going to show you how we're fixing. Unfortunately, before I get meal one, the cat has to get some attention, and her meal one, it's some weird, I think it's chicken in jelly or something like that. It looks revolting, but if it's anything like dog food, the protein content must be absolutely absurd. And to be honest, she is a weapon, so I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. So the kettle is just finishing off so I can make my coffee. But morning routine here is a super, 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 super. That is a lot of supers. Almost like I'm Superman. Jeez. Um, super simple is what I was going to say. Thing for me, it's literally just vitamin D, zinc tablets, my creatine, which I'm going to get down myself and end up looking like a drug addict, which is not ideal. That tastes absolutely impeccable. Lovely. Oh, I lost one. Give it a little bit blow, make sure it's okay. I couldn't swallow it. That's what she said. There we go. I don't know what's with the accents today. After a day of carb loading, we were already seeing that my physique was looking a little bit more watery, and that's simply because fluid isn't just going to go into the muscles and be stored as glycogen with some carbohydrates, okay? It's going to go a little bit everywhere. And the result of that was, one, my waist was a little bit further blown out from the food volume, and that threw off the overall shape of things, making me look a little bit wider, a little bit smaller, because having a small waist really does give you a stupid, stupid illusion to absolutely everything there. So I wasn't a massive fan of these shots, and then there was another day of carb loading after this one, which is when I then got the tan in the video that you saw last time around. So if you haven't watched that, definitely go and give that a watch. And you know, if you are enjoying my YouTube videos overall, please make sure to share them with some other people that are interested in bodybuilding and the gym, and maybe want to pay me some money for coaching one day. That would be lovely. Please feel free to go and promote my channel. So let's get into what we are having on the depletion day to wash off some of this fluid. And it is time for meal number one, 8 o'clock in the morning here. We've got 50 grams of oats, 35 grams of whey to get me about 25 grams of protein there, 100 grams of mixed berries because I still can't find any blueberries, and that's incredibly infuriating. And then 50 grams of cashew butter there, 3 grinds of salt, so that's about 1.5, and then 2 peak max starting off. So the only proper way to make the coffee, we don't even measure this out. We just bang it straight in there. That was just the end of the container there. So I knew that I was about to run out. So I bought more because something about being prepared or preparing to fail, I'm not sure how it goes. I haven't heard enough, but online coaches say it at this point in order to understand coffee's about to piss everywhere all over the side. I can feel it. I'm going to be murdered now, which is not ideal. There we go. There it is. There it is. Brilliant. I'll clean that one up later. Much like Blue Peter, except that's not really what Blue Peter did. Blue Peter made it earlier, didn't he? That's not ideal. There we go. That's probably enough coffee. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So, we're going to bang some hot water in here. That's going to get all of the coffee grounds nice and wet, nice and lubricated for the morning. I'm going to get the remainder, which I got all over the side, and bang those in there as well, because everyone that lives here is an absolute clean freak. So I know that this is clean, and that's fine. I don't care. I'd do the same thing with whey. Now, I wouldn't have done that when I was at my uni kitchen, but it's not that deep. It's not that deep. So, plan of action. It's not that deep. That's what she said. I suppose he could say that too. Depends on what the issue was. Plan of action for today is to drink this drink this, go for a walk, have my first meal, and then I will start to get started for the day. I need to get in at least 7 liters today. My meals, in terms of the volume of them, are going to slightly adjust meal to meal, but it's pretty much what I was already running for a low day, just with a little bit less carbs to help wash off the fluid. But equally, I don't want to be an absolute zombie. So all that we are going to do here is finish mixing this body up, sort out this mess, because I don't want to be murdered. And then all we need to do is bang a nice little filter paper in here, make sure the cat's okay, because she's just had her meal one and she's enjoyed that. I don't need that. I need it in the travel container because I'm going to take it with me. And we just hop it over like that. This is something that's left of my 3 or 4 years at Starbucks. Then we just plunge this bad boy down, and it's literally going to be the best coffee you've ever experienced in your entire life, which is obviously not a particularly bad deal. And then I just stop that there when I start to hear that air sound sort of thing, because those are the dregs of the coffee. We don't want those, so this gets banged into the bin. I was aiming for that to be a little bit more aesthetic, but there's just so much rubbish in the bin that it doesn't look very good, does it? But yeah, it's a little bit smoky, so we'll leave the bin open for a minute. Peak Max does exactly what it says on the tin. It peaks your physique, and this is going to be one of the key things that we are using today. So in here, we have got, I don't know if you can see this, no, because it's going to be backwards. Vitamin C, B6, B12, dandelion root extract, uva ursi, I think that's how you say it, celliflow 6, nitrocyanine, and grapeseed extract. That last one was a little bit easier. They started to make it tougher towards the middle, but that wasn't very nice of them. Maybe I just can't talk. So all of these things are essentially natural diuretics, which is going to help when it comes to your body's ability to get rid of water. And we're not doing anything crazy. We're not cutting my water like yesterday and massively upping the salt or reverse of that. It's literally just water steadily going up over those days where I'm carb loading, and then a little bit more again today, in order to help flush that out, because your body's getting loads and loads of water. So it's like, okay, we should probably just get rid of this, especially when we combine that with dropping the salt. So yesterday it was 12 grams. Then the day after that it was 10. And then now it's going to be 1.5 in the first meal, 1.5 in the second, 0.5 in the third, and none in the fourth. So we're going from 12 grams of salt to just over 3, which is a big, big drop. And your body's going to go, okay, let's get rid of all this water. Hopefully, I'll look good when it comes to tomorrow. So I'm going to go and eat my meal one now, which is exactly the same as it has been for the last couple of months, which is oats, whey, and I've got some cashew butter today because cashew butter's on the plan, and man's a robot. Exactly the same as usual. We've got the chicken, rice, pineapple, and that's chicken mince with beetroot, not beetroot today actually, broccoli, carrot, courgette, bean sprouts, peppers. The 5 ultimate veg. They're just the ones that I like. And 50 grams of rice there, 200 grams of chicken mince, and 1.5 grams of salt. And once again with this meal, we have got Peak Max. So as I said earlier, this is just to help with helping the body drop some fluid. And when people are doing this, I see a lot of them trying to, up their water days and days out and cut their salt for 2 days or whatever the fuck it is. But that's going to backfire massively, okay? Because the processes which regulate your hydration are very, very acute in terms of how they respond. Literally, 1 day of manipulating it is enough. If you're trying to do it a week out, like water loading or anything like that, you're basically just going to fuck yourself, because then your body's not going to respond when it comes to the actual day here. So this is the last sort of full volume meal, and then we're going to be lowering down the quantity of those, but I'll get to that in the next one. Once again, I am about to commit self-harm with this Nando's hot sauce, but it tastes nice. So meal number 3 here is 200 grams, 5% beef mince. Then we got a load of mixed veg in there. And that's basically it. Aside from the sauces, there's about half a gram of salt in here. Obviously, it's not going to be bang on. The shake might be a little bit different each time, but it's pretty much there. Then we've also got another... Oh, 3 apparently, because I've just dropped it on the floor. No, now the cat's trying to eat it. No, Bartley, you don't want any Peak Max, mate. That will not go down very well for you. So yeah, we got 4 more tabs of the Peak Max here. So dose of these is getting upped a little bit as we pull down the food volume, as we pull down the salt to really get my body dropping all of that water. And obviously, part of what's going to make me look good tomorrow is not having much fluid on my physique. It's going to show more of that detail. It's going to show more of that glycogen that I've got stored up. But that's also just going to have a smaller midsection, because if your waist looks smaller, it makes literally everything look bigger, which is obviously ideal, including your cock. It's going to make your cock look bigger. Of course it is. So this is going to be the last meal, which is somewhat voluminous, but even the veg here is going to clear from my digestion pretty quickly. So I'm having this meal a little bit early, and then my next meal is literally just protein. So I'm going to be pretty much empty by the time it gets to the shoot, which is going to be ideal. Very funny. Jeez, look at my hair. Wow, I'm so orange. Oh my God. So final meal going in nice and simple, just 250 grams of Greek yogurt, no salt with this one, just 4 more Pig Max. So salt is gone now, fluid will stay the same as normal because being hydrated is one of the best things that you could possibly do for your look and your performance. It doesn't make sense to cut that off like an extended period of time, maybe a little bit. But from there it can start to make things go worse, especially when it comes to afterwards. If you completely removed your salt and your water, you are going to absolutely balloon up, and that is why a lot of people tend to look a lot worse frequently afterwards. And then I'm just going to brush that off with a Pepsi Max Cherry because it is the nicest flavour ever. Yes, it's got some artificial sweeteners in. That's okay. I've been having it every day. I'm not going to have any issues with it whatsoever. So nice early night for me here, waking up about 6:30 to drive to the shoot. So let's go.